Hey there, Peter here. This will actually be a pretty technical video that gets into the weeds of how to analyze a property. I'm going to go over everything we do to ensure that a property is worth purchasing as an STR investment. I'm going to go through our Proforma calculator step by step so you can plug in all the relevant calculations yourself whenever you're considering a property. Always use our Proforma calculator to run the numbers on your deal before moving forward with an offer. Here's an example of a deal I closed with one of my clients in Arvada, Colorado. Overall, this was a pretty great deal since the projected gross income was $130,000 and the annual cash flow above all expenses was estimated at $36,000. Let me walk you through the whole calculator so you know how to fill it out yourself. To make it easier, you only need to fill out the white cells, and the green cells are actually all calculated automatically for you. First, fill out the asking price, and then what you are planning to offer on the property. Then enter your planned down payment percentage, your down payment dollar amount, and your monthly mortgage payment will automatically calculate. Enter in how long the loan term is and your estimated interest rate, and you'll have an accurate idea of what your monthly mortgage payment will be. If you haven't spoken to a lender yet, I'd recommend interviewing a few so you can accurately predict your exact monthly payment and your closing costs associated with getting your loan for each property. Usually, you're looking at between 1% and 3% for typical closing costs on a property. Once you've calculated all the basic loan expenses, you can estimate how much you'll need to renovate, design, and furnish your new STR. Consulting one of our experienced experts or other STR hosts in our community is a must for these next few cells. Be sure to evaluate if your property is turnkey, the total usable square footage, the number of bedrooms, and which unique amenities you want to budget for. It's also time to interview designers and installers at this point, so you can get a good idea of how much it will all cost to purchase and set up your STR. At this point, you'll see roughly what you'll need to complete the project. This client decided to put 20% down, so their cash out of pocket was significant at $221,000. But most clients we help actually put down between 0 and 5% down. At 3.5% down, which is the average, with no renovations and if you design the property yourself, you would be able to set up this property as a top performing STR for $74,000. Be sure to pay attention to how the cash flow projections change based on your down payment. A smaller down payment means you'll be making less cash up front since your mortgage will be a bit more expensive every month. If you'll notice in this example, cash flow goes from $36,000 to $24,000 if the down payment goes from 20% to 3.5%. At the same time, you'll also notice that the smaller the down payment, the higher the cash on cash return. Putting a smaller amount down allows you to recoup your cash out of pocket faster so you can scale your business faster. Moving over to the left, we have all your estimated monthly expenses. Estimated property taxes, insurance, and private mortgage insurance, or PMI, are all fixed costs per month, and your realtor and lender should be able to give you exact numbers for these. We also build in 3% of the annual income of the property for repairs and another 3% towards capital expenditures or improvements to the property each year. This particular client wants to self-manage, so there's no property management fee. Typical property management fees go from 15 to 25% of the gross income. The rest of these fees are based on the property's needs, and your realtor will be able to estimate these utility costs based on the yearly average. Next, you have your cleaning and recurring monthly subscriptions like pest control, automated pricing software like Price Labs, channel managers like Guesty or Hospitable, and streaming services like Netflix. Cleaning costs are based on average reservations per month, and it would be a good idea to research how much cleaners charge per stay for a property of your size. Once you've calculated all of your expenses, we can move on to the fun part, income. Using comparables from AirDNA and Rabu, you can calculate a good average daily rate and average occupancy for your area. You can do this by zip code, by city, or you can use a custom area filter by number of bedrooms and type of home as well on these websites. These will be the two key metrics that would determine your gross and net income, your cap rate, your overall cash flow, and your cash on cash return. When I filled out this Proforma, I was able to find 4 reliable comparable properties surrounding this property that made between $119,000 and $189,000 per year in gross revenue with occupancy between 48 and 79%. Average daily rates for these 4 comparables ranged from $421 a night to $720 a night. After checking out the Airbnb listings for each of these properties, I was able to accurately predict how this property would perform. If you need a refresher on all these terms, refer to our terms and definitions guide. After you've completed this Proforma, you should be confident on whether this property is worth pursuing and at what price you'd like to offer at. If you have questions about this section and how to fill out this Proforma, please reach out to us and check out Alexa's section on AirDNA and how to find comparables, and Colette's section on how to use Rabu. Filling out this proforma can be tedious, but it will give you an accurate picture of how well your property will do year over year. Be sure to combine this proforma with our comparables worksheet and our cost segregation estimator to get the full picture before you get a property under contract. Thanks for watching this video, and if you're ready to start shopping, we'll refer you to a great STR specific realtor to show you some great homes.